Okay, so Carter, junior third year, with a lot of swimming background. And I know this year she really was determined to put everything she had into training. We did a lot of training outside of sort of traditional club times. We did a lot of morning stuff. We did a lot of weight training. And she came in and was very excited about swimming the 500 free. It's kind of one of those, really. So last year we swam the 100 breaststroke. This year she was leaning more towards the 500 free. You know, the only unfortunate thing is she swam that 500 free, and for all intents and purposes, prior to the district meet, I think we only had one, maybe two swims that were even remotely close to competing against her. So she was often out there on her own competing on having to live with that, and that sometimes is, for some people it's great, they love the open water. For others, they're looking for somebody to get near them so they can challenge and race with them. We had a pretty decent race against Clahalia. Even though it never got close, Carter assured me that during that entire race she was by no means going to let that girl beat her. I think were the words she used. It was a kind of an old rival from club days, and so she certainly saw that as a way to push her forward. So we had some really fast swims sometimes, some not so fast some other days, but she was still determined to swim that 500 at districts and state. So we added to it the 200 free, which is a great complement to the 500 free, but it is a huge gamble when you're swimming the 200 medley relay. That being said, she assured me, I want to swim the 200 free. I know it might be tough, and then, you know, the nice thing is, it's going to be hard on her. It's not the relay that will be sacrificed. And she knew that, and she said, I'll take whatever it brings. If I'm in the next heat at state after the medley, that's what it's going to be, and I'm going to take that on. So we decided we would go ahead and do both the 2 and the 5 complementary events. Districts, she placed rather 4th overall. Was all league in that, had already qualified for state. On the 500 free, she was 3rd overall, so very strong showing in both events. She had pre-qualified both for state, but it's always good, again, to sort of see you in that top 6 because you belong there. So she was all league in her 2 individual events. She was also a member of the medley relay that placed 1st and set that new meet record and came very close to breaking our school record. And the 400 free that was 2nd. So Carter was all league in 4 different events at the district meet, placing in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th respectively. So then we head off to state, knowing that the stakes are going to get higher, the competition will get tougher, and was excited about it. And that shows something to her character when you are looking forward to it. There's always nervousness, but it was never anything that showed other than the occasional jitters that any kid should get when they're getting ready for a big meet. So we went off to state meet in the 200 free, her first event. Did very well, placed 7th, so she made that top 8 slot, which is what we're trying to do. She then gets into the 500 free, and top 8 is what we're shooting for. We managed to get ourselves in a 9 to 16 spot, which was not quite what she was hoping for. It wasn't in the cards that day. But she did come back the next day and went from 2 seconds? Are you sure? From prelims or your best time ever? Oh, yeah. Okay, I know that. But from prelims, what was it? Okay, so she swims that first. She swims it on Friday. It's not really as nice as she would have wanted, but you know, kind of looks at it like, okay, I get to swim it again the next day. She swims it in finals the next day, and she moves up a couple places. And from literally the first stroke out of the water until the last stroke against the wall, she was the leader. She was the one people were chasing. And it was sort of the style of Carter that I knew and that she had in her all the time. And so she dropped a ton of time from Friday to Saturday, and that was great to see. In addition to dropping and getting her best time. So would she have loved to have done it the day before? Sure. But are you willing to get it any chance you get? Pretty much, we'll take it. So that's one of those, you put that in your pocket and say, sweet, and onward and upward. And so then we got ready for that final 400 free relay, which again, many of the girls were frustrated because they knew they were top 8 material, but they were placed 10th overall. So they did everything they could and really took on the challenge and dropped a ton of time. And that was another one of those that we led that from start to finish and placed ourselves 9th overall. So Carter, it was great swims. It'll be interesting to see if the 500 is what you still want to stay with next year or not. We'll see. Looking forward to having those choices for you to make. So congratulations, you're a third-year varsity leader. We're looking forward. Katie.